Hi everyone, it's Monica. I'm back with another video, and today is my 9 weeks update for you guys. Tomorrow I hit my 10th week of pregnancy. I'm so excited, double digits. So really looking forward to that, and hopefully less and less symptoms like nausea and like all the downside of the first trimester. So today I am 9 weeks and 6 days pregnant. So I'll give you guys an update how my ninth week was. I would say that it has probably been so far the worst in terms of like symptoms of like nausea, um, tiredness, like when it comes to being tired, like I'm not tired every day, but I think over the weekend for some reason, like especially Saturday, I was just tired. Like I'm just not up for doing anything outside of the house. I think that's mainly because I'm thinking that, oh my god, like am I gonna feel sick while we're out, blah blah blah. Like anyway, I just want to give you guys I have my notes here, so don't mind me if you can see me looking this way because my laptop is here. So in 9 weeks, the baby is as big as a cherry, and the baby is the size of a cherry at 9 weeks pregnant. Your 9 week fetus measures around zero point 0.9 inches and weighs about 0.07 ounces, and his or her growth is picking up steam. So, yeah, so size of a cherry, I don't know, like that maybe. That just seems really small, but like I'm just glad that like slowly but surely I'm getting there. I don't know what it is, you guys, but like this is my second pregnancy. I have a 3-year old upstairs, and she's still sleeping, which is thank God. She's still sleeping because I can have this time just for myself. As much as we love our kids, we also do appreciate our mommy time, which if you're a mom of one already, you know what I mean. um, I don't know what it is this time around, but I feel like almost like paranoid this time, like almost like I'm more worried about things. I'm like, in terms of like miscarriage, or just like with eating, like because before, I remember with my first pregnancy I was fairly relaxed. Like I was fairly like, because I eat everything. I remember I ate everything, and I never had nausea. So to me, this time around, this pregnancy, I feel like it's so different from my first one. Like this morning sickness that I hear now, I'm actually experiencing it because with my first pregnancy, I had zero of that. Like I just realized how lucky I was with that pregnancy, and like with this one, I'm feeling like definitely like the opposite of the first one, but I just try to think positive that this too shall pass, and as long as my body is doing what it's supposed to be doing in order for the baby to grow, and all that good stuff, then I can suck it up. But also, I'm not gonna lie, I can't wait to get back to my normal, where I can just like eat everything, cook anything and everything that I want. Because guys, like if you're new to my channel, I am also a food blogger. If you look through my channel, I have a lot of cooking recipes, and I also run a food blog site. So that has been a real challenge for me lately, you guys, because I am going through food aversions, like big time. Like not to the point that I'm gonna throw up, but it kind of makes me feel like, ugh. But I actually won't throw up, but that feeling of like, just like unpleasant feeling. Like I go through my Instagram, and that's why too I have not been as active as I want to be on my Instagram. Instagram is what I use for my food blogging, like for social media, to share like recipes and just to connect with other food bloggers. That's what I use all the time. But since I started, like this pregnancy happened, it was yeah, I'm not there as much as I want to be, because all the food that I see. Sometimes I'm okay with it, but sometimes I'm like, oh no, I don't want to see this. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, so I'm looking forward to that stage where I can go back to it again and just feel excited about food, about cooking and sharing out recipes and all that. Um, and then what else? For nausea, I will have like cold water, and then I will add some lemon juice or lime juice. I find that helps a lot. And soda crackers, oh my god, like I cannot wait like to be done with soda crackers. Like at first I was like, oh yeah, this helps, but I mean it still does like for a little bit, soda crackers, but like you know this feeling when you're eating like dry crackers and it's just like so powdery in your mouth. It's like I have to have soda crackers and then water on the other hand, because it's just like so dry, so just like I've never been like a cracker type of person. Maybe a cookie. um, Another thing, lemon candy. I also have ginger candy, which is like I use the Gin brand, or that's, yeah, that's what I got. It's pretty good, but I try not to um, I try not to take that one first when I feel like, you know, like when the nausea just hits, because it's so sticky and it's so sugary that I can just feel like every time I'm eating it, I'm like, what is this? Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, like I'm not like healthy, like on a diet. It's not like that, but it's just I eat what I want to eat and I don't feel like it's wasted calories, if you know what I mean. Like if I'm eating something that I'm like, what am I eating here? Like it's just like this sugar that I don't even want. That's another thing. I noticed with this pregnancy, I'm not at all the sound and looks of sweetness, like chocolate, um, cake, and all that. Like they don't make me feel sick when I see them, but it's something that I just don't. It's just blah, like like you know, like if I'm in terms of craving, I'm not really craving anything, because to me it's more like deciding what I can eat and that actually tastes good. But I don't really have like that intense craving like I used to with my first one. With my first one, like right off the bat, like, oh, I want this, I'm gonna cook this. With this pregnancy, um it's more like I know, like I eat a lot of Filipino food since this pregnancy. For some reason, like I feel like soup, having like soup like sinigang. I don't know if you guys have heard of that. It's mainly like sour based like soup with like either fish or meat, or yeah, or that. And then I would just put a lot of spinach, and what else, like I think I crave mostly, or like I eat mostly Filipino food, because for some reason my nausea goes away when I'm eating rice. And I don't want to just eat plain rice, you know what I mean? So I would eat rice with another like dish, like a Filipino dish. Either that's a good thing, like there's a Filipino store nearby where I live. It's like less than 10 minutes drive, and they make really good Filipino food there. But I'm trying not to go there as often, because like I still prefer like cooking stuff like at home, cooking you know, like what I eat at home. But at the same time, I have my days where I don't have time to make this. Like if you know Filipino food, some Filipino dishes are pretty easy to make, but some are a little bit like too much work. Like I don't know how to make other things like kare or like stuff like that. So things like that I would just rather buy. Anyway, I don't wanna get you confused. Like if you're not familiar with it, I don't want you like thinking like, what the heck is she talking about? Anyway, so that's that when in terms of food. And I need to eat every 2 to 3 hours. Otherwise, just the nausea just stays there. I'm actually kind of like worried that, okay, like am I gonna gain like so much weight that I need to gain, because I'm eating a lot of carbs. But I don't know what to do. Like that's just how it is in terms of like, okay, at 8 o'clock I wake up, and then I try soda crackers first to see if that will work, and then normally it's not enough. So I also feel that, like I also feel like just like nauseous. So I'd be like, okay, like I need to eat rice, and then when I eat rice with something, with dish that I have here, I start to feel better. But it happens every, so I have to eat 8, 11, 2, 3, and then again at like 6, and then something small like 8. So to me, I find that to be a lot of eating, especially from someone that's, before this pregnancy, we were doing intermittent fasting, so I wouldn't eat for like, I don't know, like say 8 p.m. and then I'll start eating at noon. But obviously, I'm not gonna do that with this pregnancy because like it's not healthy, it's not good for me. And plus, I just want to do what my body is telling me to do. If I need to eat to feel better, then I'm going to eat. It's just a matter of like trying to control the portion, because like I said, I'm not really like craving anything crazy, but it's more like when I start eating, it's like I just like eat a lot of it. And then um my boobs aren't as sore as they were compared to 5, 6, 7, 8th week. This ninth week, I feel like they're just like steady, like normal. They're not as sore, which is good. Um, I like so miss my non-existent boobs, you guys. I can't even tell you. But yeah, I'm glad that right now they're not sore. Um, and then what else? So yeah, like I was saying earlier, going outside kind of makes me feel like a little uneasy, just because like I'm worried that okay, I'm gonna get sick, and then I'm with my toddler, and like last thing I want is like, you know what I mean, make her feel like not uncomfortable, but because there are times when I'm like, I was like, I'll tell my daughter like, could you get mommy's lemon candy? And she's like, why, mommy? Because you don't feel good because of the baby. And I don't really want. And I think there was one day that I said yes, and I really should try like not to tell her that, because she doesn't understand that yet, and I don't want her to feel like, oh, like you're sick because you're having a baby, like, you know what I mean, because you have a baby in your belly. So I don't want her to have that in her head. So sometimes I'll just tell her like, yeah, get mommy lemon candy because I want one. But anyway, so yesterday we went to a birthday party. Maya got invited to one of these girls in my, or sorry, not my gymnastic class, but Maya's gymnastic class. There was a birthday that she got invited to, so we went there, and I was, even that, like I was worried, like I don't want to be in social situations where I don't want to, like, there's a chance of me getting sick. And not only that, because right now we're not like telling people, like we're not going to tell people like until I hit my 12 week and my first scan is over and done with and everything's good, like that's when we're going to tell close family and friends. And then maybe a few weeks after that, maybe I can start telling other people, like my other friends, like on social media and stuff like that. But yeah, but I am so looking forward to my 12-week scan, because I haven't had a scan. I haven't seen my, I shouldn't say my OBGYN, because I haven't been referred. That's one thing that I'm getting really, really frustrated lately. The GP that I see here, um, he's a new doctor. Like, I mean, he's not a new doctor, but because we moved here from Calgary, so now I have to find doctors, and um, the one that was available was a male doctor. And not that he's a male that I don't like it, but I don't like, because their clinic is so slow just with everything. It's like, I called and I was like, at my, I think 8th week, no, 7th week appointment, um, the doctor was like, okay, do your research and see where you want to see, or if there is someone, a particular OBGYN that you want to see, and then I will refer you. And then I immediately did that. I think after 2 days I was like, okay, like I want to see this OBGYN. I called their clinic and I was like, please refer me to this. And I did they gave me a blood work, like a requisition to do, like, like the basic for like pregnancy. And I did that already. And then they were like, well, you have to do this first. We have to wait for the results. And then we'll refer you. And it's been like almost 2 weeks that I've done that blood work. I'm pretty sure it's done. And I still haven't got referred. Like, they're just so slow. Every time I called, it's either it's a voicemail or just like, anyway, it's just like a con show. And I just hope that soon enough I'll be referred to an OBGYN, because I would just feel more comfortable to be seen by, by an OBGYN who was like an expert on this pregnancy stuff. What else? I've already discussed cravings, and then nausea, and then constipation. Yes, so glamorous. But anyway, yeah, I mean, you probably know it if you're pregnant as well, like me. Congratulations. Um, Welcome to the constipation club. But anyway, what else did I'm just thinking, what else? Oh yes, of course, I have to show the belly bump. Okay, so if you've seen my other videos, I've mentioned that I started showing pretty early, and at the beginning I wasn't sure if that was bloat or just showing early because it's baby number 2, and my body's like definitely recognized that, hey, this is what you're supposed to do, and like I'm not sure. And so I'll show you the belly bump. So there's definitely, you can definitely see it. A part of me thinks because I have like a short torso, that I feel like that's probably why it's like, that's the only place where it's going. Like, I don't really know. Like, that's what I like to think, okay? Like, I don't know why I'm showing already. With my first one, I did not show until like my 15th or 16th week. But now I started showing pretty early, but that's that. I'm not going to dwell on it, but here it is. So you can see there is definitely yeah, it's there. So I am actually loving this leggings. It's like saving my life, because it's good for those times when, like, especially when I'm like still trying to hide the pregnancy, and like I don't want people like thinking like, oh, is she pregnant, and then just asking me, and I'm like, yeah, I am, but I'm not telling people yet, so shut up. Anywho, what else? I've already bought pregnancy or maternity. I bought one maternity leggings, and then one like just super comfortable pants, because my jeans, like the normal jeans that I would wear like before pregnancy, would be like skinny jeans, and they're so tight on my waist that I'm like, okay, this is ridiculous. Like, and I'm all about comfort. Like, I'm not gonna be like, out there with a toddler and trying to look like skinny and like trying to hold it in when I can't, because I'm pregnant. It's not just like a belly full of like food. So I already bought maternity pants. I bought 2. I don't really want to spend too much money on that, because it's like temporary. But like I thought like maybe I'd spend money on just like a few, so I can get myself like, like comfortable when going out, or just even at the house. So Yeah, and then vitamins, I am taking Materna still once a day. That's another thing. I am so glad that even though I feel nauseous on and off during the day, I'm so glad that I don't actually throw up, because that's one thing that I'm worried about, is like me throwing up the vitamins, because I know the baby needs that a lot. Um, so what I do, so there are times that when I take um, my multivitamins, my prenatal vitamins, when I take it, there are times when I feel very much like just okay, like normal, as long as I have food. But there's also times, even with food, I would feel a little like nauseated, like almost like, oh, I want to like throw up, but I actually won't throw up. So what I do is I take my prenatal vitamins towards the end of the day, like my last meal of the day. So even if I feel that, like I feel like at least like it's almost the end of day, like for sure, like I'm not going anywhere, like I'm just staying home now. So yeah, so I take that the prenatal, and also my doctor suggested to take vitamin D. They said for darker skin, you have to take vitamin D, especially in the winter. So he recommended 2000 um, IU, and so yeah, that's what I'm taking. And other than that, I think that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are pregnant as well, again, congratulations. If you are trying, just hang in there. It will happen. I'm praying for you. And if you have any questions about my pregnancy journey, or my food channel, or like my food recipes in my channel, just leave it on the comment section down below. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. I would really, really appreciate that. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week on my 10th week pregnancy update.